All right, so is it early for this video? Yes, because we're only heading into week 11. Well, there's another game tonight, but for week 10. But next week is week 11 for the Packers. Um, is this going to potentially jinx? I don't know, but I had to make a video now just because I feel like I've been proven wrong so far this year by Kevin King. I feel like he's done very good. I feel like he's gotten better since last year, despite being injured. He has only played five? Yeah, 5 games this year. So I got stats pulled up. So he's played 5 games this year. Should have 2 interceptions, but he dropped one against Mahomes last week. He's got 1 interception on the year. Literally just came against Seattle yesterday. But he's been doing good. Very good, especially since coming back against the Kansas City Chiefs last week. These past 2 games, he's just looked very good, and I think he's gotten better since last season. Obviously, 2019? Let me just double check. I believe 2019. 2018, 2019 was his best year statistically. So I think he could potentially get better this year than what he was in 2019. At least that's the hope. This Joe Barry defense has this is what it feels like to have a defense again, which is crazy. Because I feel like probably again, I don't even know, like 2010 maybe was the last time we had a good defense. I don't even know. So the fact that we have Jair out, we have Zadarius Smith out, Rashawn Gary is now going to be out for, it looks like it's only going to be a short amount of time. We're still waiting on David Bakhtiari to be activated. It looks like he should hopefully be coming back this week. So, we have Aaron Jones out on the offense now. So, despite all these injuries, you have people like Rasul Douglas stepping up. A.J. Dillon's going to get a lot of carries, especially he did against Seattle too. So, we have people that are stepping up. And Rodgers doesn't need to throw for 600 yards because our defense is literally stepping up. I think I saw a stat. It was 34-37 points against Arizona, Kansas City Chiefs, and Seattle Seahawks. 37. Was it 30? Can I pull that up real quick? Oh, I know how. Okay, I can pull it up real quick. I'm just gonna pull this up real quick. But it was like 37 or 34 points within the last 3 games, and that's with first we had all our major wide receivers. Well, Cobb is still Cobb's a major wide receiver. But we had a lot of our wide receivers out against Arizona, and then we had Rodgers out when we got back. Lazard, Adams, MVS. We had Rodgers out, and our defense held Kansas City to 13 total points. 1 touchdown. I raved about this. I did two videos on the breakdown for the Kansas City Chiefs video because that Sunday night, I was just like, what the heck's going on with Jordan Love? Like, I expected an L. I expected them to do bad, but I was just like in, confusion and whatnot. So I did a second video. 24-7 is 31. So what did I say? 31 points, basically. 31 points in last 3 games. That's a shutout. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at the Packers. Sorry. I looked at the Packers score. 13-21 is 34. My bad. I was looking I was looking at the wrong scores. 21 points by Arizona, 13 points by Kansas City, and obviously 0 by Seattle. So, yeah. Wow. 34 points the last 3 weeks. And Kevin King's been back for 2 of them. Again, he almost had an interception. But, not only Kevin King, but this defense looks better. But Kevin King has definitely looked drastically better. Again, he was injured for a while, so I thought, it's going to be another one of those seasons like 2020, 2018, where it's just, he's not going to do that well. He's going to be injured a lot. But he's really stepped up. He's been our CB1 because obviously Jair's been out. So he's been our CB1, covering Lockett, Tyreek Hill. Hopkins didn't play. So who's their number 2? I don't even know. I did not study that wide receiver core of the Cardinals that much. Let me just click. Let me just see who. Oh, I'm sure he probably covered AJ Green, Christian Kirk, Edmonds maybe. Yeah. I can't. Cardinals they don't have a lot of top tier receivers outside of Hopkins. But again, against like Tyreek Hill and whatnot, against Metcalf, I think it was more so on Lockett than Metcalf. But he's been doing good. Packers just shut out 2 very good and dynamic wide receivers yesterday. They just shut them out basically. Now I know, what was it? Lockett had, I think, was it 3 catches and DK had 2? Let me just see if I got that right. Okay. DK had 3, Lockett had 2. So 5 completions. And let's see. So total yardage. So DK had 26, Lockett had 23. So 49 total yards. 5 catches, 49 total yards between 2 very good receivers. I would probably argue both of them are within top 10 wide receivers. Both of them. That's one of the best duo wide receivers in the game. Obviously, like Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson's up there. I know really Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, that's kind of different. But a dynamic like 2 team, you could add them up there. There's more out there, but like Lockett, Metcalf is very good. Now, obviously, Russell Wilson missed DK. He was wide open deep for a touchdown, which I think, is that Kevin King that came in at the end of the play just to make sure he wouldn't get a touch? And someone came up from the bottom of the screen. They showed a replay of it, and it was just wide open until someone got there. I think it was Kevin King. But, I'm happy. Kevin King is looking good. I was stunned, confused, had no idea why they brought Kevin King back. It wasn't guaranteed $6 million, but I think it was like $1 million or $2 million, and then he had I can't think of the word. He basically had chances to earn up to $6 million with all of these. Like if he hits, I think it's like 5 interceptions or something, that a certain number of tackles. So if he basically hit those, he would get more money, more guaranteed money. So again, he only has 1 interception right now. I think it's 18 solo tackles in the total 5 games he's played. But these last 2 have been big. So the fact that, again, no Jair, no Za'Darius Smith, we're going to be out without Rashawn Gary for now, potentially 3 weeks. We'll see. It looks like it was just a hyperextension of the arm, so it may only be a week or 2. We'll see. Again, he's up in the air. Obviously, Aaron Jones should be back. I think they said today it was only a week or 2, so he should be back minimum 4 weeks after the bye. We play the Vikings this coming Sunday. We have the Rams, and then we have a bye. So if we don't see Aaron Jones till after the bye, I'm fine with it. If we don't see Rashawn Gary till after the bye, I'm fine with it. If Za'Darius Smith can come back right after the bye, I'll be happy with it. If we can get Jair back by the end of December, maybe even like week 17, week 18, I'll be totally fine with that. Get this team healthy for the playoffs. That's the number one concern. It's a really late bye, which I guess I'd rather have rather than a really early bye, because then you actually have people that can rest and whatnot. But people like Kevin King have really stepped up. Again, Rasul Douglas had a good good day yesterday. I almost said day and game and combined them. Like Rasul, again, practice squad 4 weeks ago. Rasul Douglas, practice squad for the Arizona Cardinals. big play, comes out, really big play, big breakups against Seattle again yesterday. So, I'm happy with Kevin King. I'm happy with people like Rasul Douglas out there. People that, didn't look like they really had any potential sitting at practice squad and coming out and just flourishing and looking great against starters. So I hope Kevin King can keep it up. If I make this video and it jinxes him, I may just have to delete it. I'll delete it in 3 weeks if Kevin King goes like 5 tackles in the next 2 weeks here, because we only have 2 weeks, and then the bye is the 3rd week. So, if it's like 5 tackles in 2 weeks, and he's giving up touchdowns, I'm gonna just delete this video. But I'm happy for him. I really am. It's just I'm not back in January again. It just is what it is. NFC Championship game, another one of those. But if he can play like this, along with that, all the other corners and everyone else on defense can keep playing like they are right now against some of the best teams, I still think Seattle has a chance to make the playoffs. I really do. San Francisco's slipping. Cardinals have lost one game. They're now, I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd seed or whatever, because they have that tiebreaker over the Packers. So, Cardinals are slipping a little bit. If they don't get Kyler Murray back soon, I think they lose enough games. They have to play Seattle twice. They have to play the Rams one more time, and then I think they still have to play the Niners one more time too. Well, maybe not. Maybe they already finished up with the Niners. So, but again, the Rams one more time and Seattle twice. Russell Wilson is not easy to defend. He had 40 yards rushing yesterday, along with That's 161 yards passing, rushing. 32 yards. So he can beat you with your legs. He can just do it all. And obviously, this was a Russell Wilson that just came back from a pin in his hand. So if he was healthy, Russell Wilson, he probably puts up 230. They probably score 14 points or something like that, or at least 7. I still think he would have hit DK Metcalf if he would have saw him, but he just had pressure in his face. So at least 7 points would have been on the board if this was healthy Russell Wilson. But, again, I'm all over the place here. But basically, I hope Kevin King continues to do what he's doing right now. Coming off of that injury, again, playing really good. I hope he can continue. If he can, that's another corner back there that just helps us. Again, Rasul Douglas being back there. We have, Amos playing very good at safety with Savage and whatnot. Like, it's just, our defense is good. That back is very good. The corners, the safeties are very good. And then we're getting pressured. I think it was 32 snaps were at least pressured, and then I think it was 2-3 sacks. I did cover that in my video yesterday, how many sacks and whatnot. So, it's just, this defense is good. And, when you have corners like Kevin King, who are, making up for mistakes from past years in the playoffs, looking very good, it helps. It really helps. So, again, I'm making this right now. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. But if you can play like this into the playoffs, even for the rest of the year into the playoffs, we'll go to the Super Bowl. I mean, if Kevin King doesn't give up those 14 points, we're in the Super Bowl as it is. So, that's it. I'm happy for him. So again, this is 14 minutes. I rambled on about Seattle and that division, the defense. I talked about the offense a little bit. So I wasn't fully focused on Kevin King, but it's just when you mention one person, you have to mention the whole defense, because everyone on that defense is playing like a top 5 defense. Obviously, run game could be a little better. I think we're 16th in run game right now, so middle of the pack. But when you have corners like that playing like that, you have to rely on the run, and not every team can. I think Seattle could have. They should have a little more. I think Alex what was his name? It was Alex, whoever their Alex Collins. He only got 10 touches. I feel like he could have got more. He was doing good. 41 yards in total, but picked up a couple big first downs and whatnot. So, I guess they could have done that a little more too. And then, but again, I'm rambling on. I get this is supposed to be about Kevin King again. I'm just rambling on here. I'm not going to remake this. Sometimes I'll just remake a video like this. But again, when you talk about a certain player on defense, you have to talk about the rest of them too, just because everyone's playing so good. So I kind of had to ramble on. I mean, I could have cut out the whole part with, talking about Seattle in that division, but it's just, there's so many pieces here, and you just can't focus on one piece this year. Now, again, maybe last couple years, you probably could have focused just on how Jair is doing, but you can't do that this year. Even on offense, you can't focus on, Raj is having a good day, because A.J. Dillon had a good day. Here I go again. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, because I could ramble on for an hour. All these pieces, I could just ramble on for an hour and say, okay, it's not just one guy out there, but when you have one guy out there making plays, it helps. So, for now, like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace!